Assalamu alaikum. Peace. I'm Coach Nazir.
And I'm his wife, Coach Fatimah.
And I am Coach Nyla. I am also his wife.
We're just popping in today. Prayerfully, you are having an incredible Sunday. But we're just popping in right before we go live for our book club. So for those of you who are getting ready to join us, just know in about 15 minutes or so, we're going to be in our campus going through some incredible information in Let's Talk Polygamy Uncensored. So I'm going to share this while we go ahead and get ready to get started. Just let some other people know.
So if you guys have gotten your book and you have purchased your book from us, not Amazon or, those other things like that, you are part of our book club. If you need to know how to get there, make sure you log in and click in your library area, and you will be able to see that you're a part of the book club. And those who are not, make sure you get your book and you can join us at oprcampus.com. That's where our book club discussions are every Sunday.
Yes. And let us know where you guys are from and how are you feeling today and how excited are you to get into a little bit about polygyny and best practices for best results from scale 1 to 10. So leave us a little comment. Let us know.
What chapter are you on? How's the book transforming you? What are you learning from it? All that other good stuff. Of course, this is just a quick little pop in, but we'll be discussing a lot of that in our campus area in a few minutes when we go to our book club discussion that's scheduled. And if you guys are letting us know where you are watching from and asking any questions, we can't see that right now because IG doesn't. IG is on some stuff when it comes to this, comes to the technology part.
Anything up there?
And so 34.
Ohio representing. Good. Who from where?
Nigeria.
Nigerian Heights. IG representing. That's what's up. That's good to see. As always. What's up, YouTube? Facebook was on it.
All right. IG letting us know she coming in. So make sure you guys check us out on the book club. We're just popping in really quickly. So we definitely would love to hear more about what's going on and how is chapter 34 and all other things in the book being life-changing for you. Definitely.
Now, again, if you have any questions, comments, concerns regarding polygyny, then feel free to drop them in the chat. And prayerfully, if you're on Facebook and YouTube, we'll be able to see it here. And if you are on IG, then my son will be able to read it out loud so that we can hear it and address it for these next few minutes while we're here. One of the things, though, if you're not thinking of anything in particular, when it comes to holidays, for example, people ask, what do you do about holidays or different gatherings and so on and so forth, right? Because there are a number of different ways that's handled. All right, there's no cookie cutter. There's no specific way things must be done. But if you're looking at gelling your family so far as having a team that's on the same page, you head for the same vision. Again, there's steps to that process that we even, we discuss, of course, in the book. But initially, what I would do when there was like Eid, for example, today's not a holiday for me, tomorrow, none of that. We don't celebrate Christmas and all of that stuff. What I would initially do was whatever house I'm at that day, I'll go basically go to the event, lead the event with that part of the family and so on and everything. I didn't like that. Didn't like really how that felt. Then there are different areas depending on how big your city is. There might be an event on one side of town, another event on a different side of town. We may have friends. It was just scattered and sporadic. So depending on what you want to do for your family, really have this conversation and make a decision and do that. Once I made that decision, regardless how uncomfortable it may have been or whatever at the time, that's been better for what I wanted for the family and moving in that direction, and helped both of them get more clarity on what I wanted, what I desired, what I wanted for the family and the children. So now when it comes to when we celebrate our events, it's usually at one big place. We do it all together as a fam and so on. But it took a long time to get there because we didn't have a book like Let's Talk Polygamy Uncensored to really break down just some different techniques. So prayerfully that helped. But if you have some questions, post them. Our son is checking prayerfully, and will let us know if there's something from IG. If not, then we are going to be on campus shortly to go into detail about some different areas of the book. And that's private. It's not on social media. And you can join us and talk with us and see us on screen. We'll see you. Not like Zoom. We have up to 200 people at one time we can have in the campus.
And then IG, make sure you put question marks in front of the question so that he could see them and identify them more readily. I know one thing we did for Eid is you mentioned if there was other things that we were doing. So if we went to Eid together, and then let's say the older, well, they're young adults, they had friends somewhere else. We made sure that we were together first as a family. And then if they wanted to go visit with their friends outside of the Eid prayer that we went to, maybe it was across town from us, they did that, but they were with us first. Then they went to go see and greet and hug their friends at different events. And we might have had the little ones at, let's say there was a fair at the masjid, we take them to that. And then the older children that weren't interested in riding ponies, they went to say salams and give hugs and gifts to their friends. But initially we were together first because we have gotten this question quite a bit. So that matters. So they didn't go to the friends, then kick the family to the curb and never see them. So it worked out great for us. And it was actually, alhamdulillah, was a really good example to other families that were in polygyny at the time. And it kind of let them know that it was okay to be together for Eid, and it was okay to have plans and all our children to be together and be one big family. Even though, again, like Coach Nazir was saying, it might have been uncomfortable, but for others, I found that we got so many compliments about being intentional and actually trying to be together. And some people they don't want to try, and I get that. However, I think for the kids that are in the family, you got to ask yourself a question: is that helping them or is it hurting them? Because just if you're uncomfortable, they might not be. They might not be. They might want to be together. So yes, just a little tip. You know, the children have a voice too in this, because polygyny is not just about the parents. If you have children, it's about them too and what they're comfortable with, even if you're not.
Yeah, definitely. I totally agree with that. And I think after a while, once the parents are, on the same page, on the same footing, and being able to have those conversations and discussions, and be able to plan out things accordingly, it helps a whole lot. It helps with clarity, and the children pretty much follow, as they follow the leader. So being able to make sure that things are smooth and enjoyable, and they understand that when it comes to, celebrations and things as far as that, just all around the board. But over time, we developed a family plan. We developed a code of honor. We developed a number of different things that keep our family in growth mode and connection mode and all those different things like that. So when it comes to planning events for the, for our holidays or for, any type of family events or anything like that, we get together and we discuss those things. And the more you practice those things, the more normal it becomes anyway. I started to see that, and I thought about how our children are in different stages in their lives, and how they were in different stages when polygyny, entered into their lives as well. Our very young ones, that's all they know. But the older ones, it was either from mine, you had single parent, and a married parent into a divorced parent, and, then the polygyny, so it's different. And then you had, my older bonus babies where it's, is their mom and dad, Coach Nazir, Coach Fatimah, and then it was polygyny. So it's these different things and these different steps. But when they see that we can work together and it's not an issue to get together for celebrations, then they don't have an issue with it either.
No doubt. Yadin or Yadib, Muqarrab, wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Where are you from? Indeed, trying to have the entire family together. Now, some people also ask us, do we do the Western holidays? Like, people have today's considered Christmas Eve, and tomorrow's Christmas, and for some people, and then there's different celebrations stuff that go on, whether Thanksgiving, whatever it may be. That will be a no. We don't at all whatsoever. Now, we all grew up Christian. We all had Thanksgiving stuff. We all had Christmas stuff. We had Christmas. We know all of that stuff. And some people say, "Oh, it's just going to visit family, and it's this and it's that." Well, when we decided to accept Islam, we left a lot of that stuff. We left all of it, actually, all the holidays and all that stuff behind us. That's not from us. It's something that's celebrating something we do not believe in. It's part of polytheism. So no, we don't celebrate it. We don't want our children around it to develop any type of feelings towards it. Especially seeing, of course, that it's an adoption of pagan worship. You know what I'm saying? With the winter solstice and December 25th, and this whole thing, with what was it? I forget the Hindu goddess of light's name. But that really doesn't matter too much. The point is the whole lights, the cutting trees out, all of the stuff that's even prohibited in the Bible. I knew that when I was Christian. It was like Jeremiah 5, verse 1 through 10 talks actually about not doing the very thing that they do right now. So I don't want my children around that type of stuff. Put it there. Other people, they can choose to kind of do it as they wish. I mean, we're all going to be accountable, but we stay away from that very far because, again, it's Santa, if you look at it closely, also spells Satan. So that's that. So for those of you who are wondering, do we have a Christmas tree in the house? Or do we go visit the relatives and say, what about your mom and them? No, we don't do that. There's a whole bunch of other days throughout the year where these things are possible and to go ahead and do or exchange gifts on, whether that's a random day or a Friday or during Eid or whatever it may be. So we're not missing out on anything. The truth, we hold the truth above all. So prayerfully, that answers your question, even though you might not have directly asked it.
Did you guys pull that things got better emotionally once the lives are at the salon stage?
At the what stage?
Salons.
We've
Read it
always
again.
been at the salam stage. I mean, if it's about speaking to one another and being cordial with one another, so that was, we weren't, besties or calling each other on the phone or texting each other or, at same events and these different things like that at the beginning. However, we've always been cordial. We've always gave each other respect and spoken to one another. So.
Yeah, you have to excuse me because, honey, I don't understand when I've had co-wives say, well, I gave her salams. She won't even return my salams. I don't understand that because you are, it's beyond chaotic when you deny another Muslim their salam. So it's gotten so, the ego has gotten in the way to the point where you don't want to give salams to somebody and that's their right.
Right.
So we've never denied each other the rights that you would give another Muslim to another Muslim. It had nothing to do with Coach Nadir. And the women are making it about the men to the point where they're going, well, that's my husband, and then there's my ego, and I ain't gonna speak to her anyway. I ain't gonna give salams. That's one thing people in our community will not say, that we didn't walk past each other and give salams. They'll say, well, at least y'all always gave each other salams, or at least you all have always been cordial because we've been met with, oh, is this fake? Is it? No, we're Muslim, regardless of marital status. All three of us are Muslim. So we observe the right from one to the next. So you got to ask yourself a question. Who's making it difficult? Are you making it hard on yourself? Are you making it hard on yourself and others? So yes, please give salams to one another.
Yeah, it gets easier when you get your egos out the way. It gets easier when when you put the egos to the side and when the leadership continues to get stronger, that's when it gets easier.
Because the crazy part is, whether you speak or not, the man have more than one wife.
Mhm.
So you're not going to erase her by not speaking to her. She's still there. She's still a wife. And it's not your job to sit up and try, because it's a decision to try to diminish somebody else or not acknowledge their existence. And so you have to be really, really careful, because I wouldn't even speak to her if I was you. I don't even speak to mine. Well, then that's speaking to your character. Just
Right,
keep that in mind.
That's what I was gonna say. That's basically speaking to the person's character. So, for example, you're at a salam stage with another Muslim when you meet them. They come up to you, assalamu alaikum, you should minimally say wa alaikum salam, wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah, wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So these are just basic things and tenets. This is an exposing of a lack of good character of an individual if they do not minimally greet somebody with something that is required of them. Okay, and that's also something that should be, if a husband has strong core values and he's a man of value, that's going to turn him off. That's going to upset him.
If he knows, because some of you hiding it. They'll speak together when he's around, but then when he's not around, then I'm not going to speak. He's not here. Watch me. Careful.
Suleiman. Anything else up there? No, those batteries are good. All right, y'all. We're about to check out, go onto the campus. So if you want to join us on the campus, you got the book. Make sure you go log in at outstandingpersonalrelationships.com/login. That's where you can access the private campus, where we can go into a lot more depth as we get into this book. So anything else you want to say before we sign up? Nope, we're good.
See you on the campus.
All right, inshallah. So rocking out with GLC.
And make sure you're growing intentionally.
Loving fearlessly.
And connecting on a higher level every single
day.
day. Assalamu alaikum. Peace.
Peace. See you later, IG. Head